Hi all, this is Professor Disha Shukla and I am conducting the subject Wireless Communication. My today's topic is Channel Assignment Strategies. First of all, what is channel assignment? So, channel assignment is the process of assigning separate orthogonal channels or partially overlapped orthogonal channels to all the nodes in a communication range. That is, in a communication range, when you have assigned different frequency ranges to each and every channels, that is called channel assignment. That can be done using the orthogonal channels. That is, you have to apply the channels at a time, I mean the frequency at a time, or it can be partially overlapped too. The main motive behind the assignment of the channel is to reduce the interference impact and the proper delivery of the packets on the time. Due to this channel assignment, you can reduce the interference whenever the channels are allocated to frequency ranges in the adjacent channels. There can be a possibility of interference, so it is necessary to avoid this or reduce this. So using the channel assignment strategies, you can reduce the interference impact, and also the delivery of the packets can be done on time. So basically, channel assignment problem can be defined as assigning a minimum number of radio frequency to the set of receivers or the transceiver units. A transceiver unit is something that can transmit and receive at a time. So the channel assignment problem deals with assigning the minimum number of radio frequencies. You can assign the minimum number of radio frequencies such that the certain constraints that we have, that is certain conditions that we have, they don't violate. That is because there are conditions, because you cannot assign the same frequency or the same channels to the adjacent cells. So it is necessary to follow that constraints. So in particular, the frequency separation that must exist between the two given channels is the condition, and it should not be violated. Why do we have this kind of a condition? So that there won't be any kind of an adjacent channel interference. So the channel assignment, it will affect the performance of the system, especially when it comes to the handoff. Whenever the handoff is done, handoff is a process wherein when a user is moving and he is talking at the same time, that is, he is traveling when his call is on, there can be a possibility that he will be connected to a particular base station, but when he crosses his particular cell, the geographical area that particular base station covers, when he crosses that area, he will be connected to the next base station, and for that it is necessary that his call does not drop. So this process of handing over the call from one base station to the another is called handoff. So especially this channel assignment will affect the performance of the system when handoff is necessary. If you have assigned the channels in a right manner, that can be helpful while handoff. So basically, there are two types of channel assignment strategies, that is a fixed channel assignment and a dynamic channel assignment. The basic mechanism of channel assignment says that when all the channels in a cell are occupied, the cell will borrow the channels from the other cell to accommodate the incoming or the new hand of calls. That is, say for example, if in all the channels that are associated or that are assigned to a particular cell, if all of them are occupied, and if we need a new channel for a new incoming call, then we can borrow the channel from the adjacent cells, as long as the borrowed channels do not interfere with the ones that we are using. Otherwise, what happens is the call will be blocked. So channel allocation means to allocate the available channel to the cell in a cellular system. When a user wants to make a call request, and then by using the channel allocation strategies, their requests are fulfilled. Channel allocation strategies are designed in such a way that there is an efficient use of the frequencies, time slot, and the bandwidth. That is, all the three parameters that we use while assigning the channels or while assigning the frequency ranges to a particular user, that is the frequency, time slot, and the bandwidth, all of them are used efficiently, and that is the main reason why we use the channel assignment strategies. So the first type is the fixed channel allocation. It is a strategy in which a fixed number of channels or the voice channels are allocated to the cells. Once the channels are allocated to a specific cell, then they cannot be changed. In a FCA or a fixed channel allocation, channels are allocated in a manner that maximizes the frequency reuse. So what does it say is that in this channel assignment, channels are pre-allocated to the different cells, meaning that each cell is assigned some specific number of channels, and the frequencies of these channels are set. I mean, they cannot be updated or changed later. Such a channel assignment has two aspects, that is, any call attempt in a cell after all the channels of this cell becomes occupied gets blocked. That is, once you assign a fixed channel to a particular cell, then if some another call is attempted in that particular cell, and if all the channels are already occupied, so the new call will be blocked. This is a kind of a disadvantage of this. It is very simple and it requires less amount of processing, because we preoccupy the cells, we pre-allocate the cells, or we pre-allocate the cell with different channels, so it is easy and it requires a less amount of processing. A variation to this method is a borrowing strategy. That is, whenever a particular call is occupied, or whenever a particular cell is allocated all the channels that has been assigned to them, there can be a possibility that when a new call is assigned, we can borrow the channels from the adjacent cell. So the cells in these strategies are allowed to borrow the channels from the adjacent cell if their channels are fully occupied while the adjacent cells have free cell. That is, if your adjacent cell have a free cell, or if they have free cells, then you can easily borrow the cells from the adjacent ones. So what does this happen is that because you have preoccupied, or you have pre-allocated the different cells, the channels have been already pre-allocated, there the problem that we have discussed, that is the disadvantage of this fixed channel assignment, that the new call that will be attempted, it will be blocked. So because of that, the solution of this problem is that we can borrow the channel, or we can borrow the cells from the adjacent channel, or from the adjacent cells. But the problem is that those channels need to be free. If they are occupied, then you cannot borrow them. It is an obvious thing. But if those channels are free, then you can easily borrow the channels from the adjacent cells. The mobile switching center monitors this process and gives the permission to borrow the cells or to borrow the channels, putting in mind. I mean, it will be creating a log, it will be maintaining a log whether a particular whether which cells are borrowed, or how the whole process is running. That is, the mobile switching center will monitor the whole process, and it will also provide the permission for borrowing the cells. Donating cell is not affected by the borrowing process, and no interference will occur by moving the channel from one cell to the another. Say for example, in a cell, a 20 channel in a cell A, there are 20 channels or voice channels are allocated. If all these channels are occupied and user wants to make a call, then the call is blocked. So the borrowing these channels handles this type of a problem. And in the cell borrow, in the process of borrowing, the cells will borrow the channel from the other cells. So this is the process how the whole thing works. The next type of channel assignment is the dynamic allocation. So in dynamic allocation, it is a strategy in which the channels are not permanently allocated to the cells like the fixed channel. In fixed channel, what we did was, we will be pre-allocating, or we will be permanently allocating the channels to the cells. But in this, the channels are not permanently allocated. So when a user makes a call request, then a base station sends this request to the mobile switching center for the allocation of the channel over the voice channels. So what does this happen is, whenever a particular call is initiated from a particular cell, then the base station will send the request to the mobile station for the allocation of the channel or the voice channel. This way, the likelihood of blocking a call is reduced. So what does this happen is, at a runtime when you allocate a particular channel, then you don't need to block the cells, so the blocking process is reduced here. And as the traffic increases, more channels are assigned and vice versa. So as the number of as the number of calls increases, the requirement increases, then there can be a possibility that the more channels are assigned, and the similarly happens in the reverse order too. So in this channel assignment, channels are not pre-allocated to any cells, meaning that any call can be allocated to any desired cell during the operation of the system. So as I said that we runtime allocate a particular cell. Such a cell assignment has the following aspects, that is, it has some of the advantages or the disadvantages. These are the consequences that happens. So the mobile switching center will monitor all the cells and all the channels. Now each time when a call is made, a serving base station requests a channel from the MSC. MSC will run an algorithm and take into account the following things, like the possibility of the future blocking in the cell, the frequency being used for the channel, the reused distance of the channel. So these are the three parameters that MSC will take into consideration, and based on that it will allocate these parameters to the algorithm and give an output to the BS. The MSC will assign a channel only if it is not used and if it will not cause a co-channel interference with any cell in this range. If assigning a particular channel to the adjacent cell will cause certain problems like the co-channel interference that we already discussed, then it is not advised to assign the channel. So MSC will take care about this, that there won't be any further co-channel interference into this. Now the algorithm provides a higher capacity, that is because there will be less blocking, but it requires a huge computational power as compared to the FCA. So it requires huge computational power because every time when a call is initiated, the BS will be requesting to the MSC, and the MSC has to collect the data for the whole cell and has to monitor the things, whether the things are working fine or not, whether he can allocate a channel or not, whether the cell has the capacity or not, or will there be any future blocking possibility or not. So all this thing takes a huge computational power. So MSC collects the real-time data of the channel occupancy, traffic distribution and the radio signal strength indicators. It will collect all this real-time data for how many channels are occupied. So it has to be updated with the channel occupancy. It will have to see the traffic distribution, that is what kind of a data is transmitted between in that particular network, is the traffic high or low, and the radio signal strength indicators, that is how much signal strength are allocated or how much signal strength is available. Now beside this, the third type of allocation that we can have is a hybrid channel allocation. So hybrid channel allocation is a combination of this both, that is the frequency allocation, fixed channel allocation and the dynamic channel allocation. So the total number of the channels or the voice channels are divided into fixed and dynamic set. So when a user makes a call, then first the fixed set of channels are utilized, but if all the fixed sets are busy, then the dynamic sets are utilized. So the third type of channel assignment strategy is called the HCA, or the hybrid channel allocation. This channel allocation strategy works as its name suggests, that is hybrid. It will be the combination of both, that is the fixed channel and the dynamic channel. What does this do is, they will be calculating the total number of channels, and then they will be dividing those total channels into two parts. Half of them will be fixed channel allocation, and the another half will be the dynamic channel allocation. So what does happen is, whenever a call is initiated or whenever we need to there is a requirement of channel allocation, first it will go and see for a fixed channel allocation. If those cells, that is the fixed channels, are already occupied, then it will go and find for the dynamic channels allocation. The main purpose of the hybrid channel allocation is to work efficiently under a very high traffic and to maintain a minimum signal to interference ratio. That is the signal strength to interference ratio is something which defines the strength of the signal as compared to the interference that can occur in that particular channel. So its task is to decrease that ratio, and it can work efficiently in a very heavy traffic. So summing up all, for the efficient utilization of the radio spectrum, a frequency reuse scheme that is consistent with the objectives of increasing the capacity and minimizing the interference is required. For reusing the whole scheme, that is, we cannot assign each and every cell different frequency ranges. That can lead to a lot of frequency distribution. So what do is we reuse the particular frequency, we reuse the particular frequency range. And for effective utilization of the radio spectrum, this is the channel allocation is done. A variety of channel assignment strategies have been developed to achieve this objective, and the channel assignment strategies can be both, that is fixed channel or the dynamic. Now, the choice of the channel assignment strategy impacts the performance of the system, particularly as to how the calls are managed when a mobile user is handoff from one cell to the another. And as we already discussed, in a fixed channel assignment, each cell is allocated a predetermined cell of voice channels. So any call attempts within the cell can only be served by the unused channel in that particular cell. If all the channels in that cells are occupied, then the call is blocked and the subscriber does not receive the service. So several variations of a fixed channel strategies are available, and in one approach called the borrowing strategy, a cell is allowed to borrow the channels or the cells from the neighboring cell if all of its channels are already occupied. The mobile switching center supervises this borrowing procedure and ensures that the borrowing of a channel does not disrupt or interfere with any of the call in the progress in the donor cell. And the other type, that is in a dynamic channel assignment strategy, the voice channels are not allocated to the different cells permanently, and instead of that, each time a call request is made, the serving base station requests a channel from the MSC. The switch then allocates a channel to the requested cell following an algorithm that takes into account the likelihood of the future blocking within the cell, the frequency of use of the candidate channel, the reuse distance of the channel, and the other costs are the functions that assign to it. So accordingly, the MSC will allocate a given frequency if that frequency is not presently in the use in the cell or in any other cell which falls within the minimum restricted distance of the likelihood of the frequency reuse. So dynamic channel assignment will reduce the likelihood of blocking, which increases the trunking capacity of the system, since all the available channels in a market are acceptable to all the cells. Dynamic channel assignment strategies requires the MSC to collect the real-time data, as we already discussed, the real-time data like channel occupancy, the traffic distribution, and the RSSI, that is the radio signal strength indicators of all the channel on a continuous basis. And this increases the storage and the computational load, so it requires a high computational power. And the third type that we discussed is the HCA, that is the hybrid type, that is that it will include both the fixed types of fixed channel also and the dynamic channel also. So this is all about the channel assignment strategies. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Thank you.